Good day, I am Prophetess Sade Gilmore, and let me go here with this word as the Lord gave me earlier today. The Lord said, not everybody is a lost cause. You gotta excuse my baby. Pray for them to be saved, said God. Now, let's talk about them. Tell you how the Lord and why the Lord gave me this word. Okay, so earlier I was scrolling on TikTok and I came across, I'm going to have to insert her name right here, Pastor Lindaria. I don't want to say her last name wrong because she recently just got married last year, but I'm going to put her name right here. She released this word talking on the Lord releasing a blessing after Job prayed for his friends. And I thought it was mighty funny because the Lord literally had told me a word similar to that by he was getting ready to restore me, and where I read from certain scriptures in the book of Job when he was restoring Job. And sure enough, it was after he prayed, but I did not read that part. So our word was different, but it was very similar to, I knew, yeah, the Lord was talking to me. It was like a confirmation. But when she said, and I'm just going to be transparent with you. When she said, sometimes in order to receive the blessing, and I may be quoting her words wrong, so you have to listen to a video. When she went and said, sometimes in order to receive a blessing, it takes action. This next blessing, in order to get, you're going to have to pray for your enemies. When she said that, I'm not going to say I was offended, because that's a great word, but I didn't receive it. I was like, pray for who? No, ma'am. And I began to scroll on past the video, right? So as I'm scrolling on past the video and watching other videos, that's when I heard the Lord say, pray for them to be saved, said God. So when I heard the Lord say that, and I heard it just as clear as day, I couldn't say, oh, who was that? Who was that? I still was like, pray for who, Lord? Because I ain't gonna lie, it's like I almost had a Jonah moment when he got mad because the people repented and the Lord didn't punish them. It was, I ain't gonna say I took it that far and got mad, but I was like, pray for who, Lord? Like, Lord, you didn't see the hurt they caused me. You didn't see the tears I cried behind that. All that talking about they did against me. You didn't see the pain they caused me, Lord. So when he said pray for them, of course I was like, pray for who? And he went on to say, not everybody's a lost cause. Now, of course, the Lord knows the beginning from the end of a thing. So he knows who's going to repent, who's going to turn away. Yes, don't get it twisted. Yes, your enemies and that main Pharaoh enemy is going to suffer, whether it be literally death for them or whatever the punishment the Lord has for them. That's between the Lord, them, and if you tell you. And even those that came in agreement with their Pharaoh-like enemy, they shall suffer some type of judgment too. That's between you, the Lord, and them, right? So I can't tell you what will happen to them. One moment. But as I was saying, the Lord knows who's going to end up turning away from the wickedness and turning back to him in the end. Once he allowed them to suffer, he knows who's going to come back to him in the end. But let me go here and say this. As the Lord said, not everybody is a lost cause. I'm going to read the definition real quick. Lost cause means a person that can no longer hope to be changed for the better. As the Lord told me, everybody is not in agreement with the devil against you. Some people are just temporarily overtaken by the devil against you, which is a difference. I'm going to say it again. Not everybody is in agreement with the devil against you, meaning not everybody is literally on assignment against you. Not everybody Not everybody, excuse me, has been hired, that makes a better word, by the devil against you. Some people, the devil just has temporarily overtaken them, overtaken their emotions, overtaken their thoughts, overtaken their feelings, blinding them temporarily with a lie to where they're foolishly operating out against you. The biblical example he gave me was Judas versus Peter. If you look at those two, Judas was already an enemy against the Lord from jump. He knew Judas was going to betray him. Judas didn't just become an enemy to the Lord that night. But if you look at it, it says Satan entered into Judas versus Peter, who was just temporarily overtaken by the devil. Matthew 16:23, when Peter began to try to talk Jesus out of going to the cross, what did Jesus say? Get behind me, Satan. Because he knew those words was coming from a source that was not the source of God. His feelings at that very moment was being manipulated by the devil, which means they was overtaken temporarily at that second. But he wasn't in agreement with Satan. He wasn't on assignment out against Jesus. Right? So there's a difference. One moment. So let's go back to the word when the Lord said, pray for them to be saved. I can't tell you if that Pharaoh-like enemy of yours, if there's any hope still left for them. But I can only speak in my situation because I know what the Lord has told me behind her. Even with the warning he released out, had me to release out to her December 31st, 2023. There's no more hope for her to be changed. Which he already knew that because he knows the beginning from the end of a thing. Now, for those who joined in with her, he knows out of those who's going to change once he allowed them to suffer. Once the truth is revealed, once he opened their eyes to the truth. He knows out of them those who will be changed, those who will be saved. It's just like even better example. Pharaoh versus Pharaoh army. Pharaoh was already determined he was going to do what he wanted to do. So it was like it wasn't no hope for him. Now, those who he led astray, we could say it like that. Those who he got to follow him on a mission, to join his mission out against the children of Israel, they didn't have to. But we could say, hey, some of them could have been saved. But the Lord, again, he knows the beginning from the end. I just had to use that example. But let's go on. Let's go here because I have to get this out that the Lord also told me, had me to write down. As I just discussed, the devil has some people so fooled to where they believe that what they're doing is right. We can go here and talk about, what was his name? Saul? Paul? His name definitely was changed to Paul. Paul was temporarily overtaken by the devil to where he thought what he was doing was right. But then there are those who are human agents of Satan. Their mission is to stop you, destroy you, take you out, keep you from getting your destiny, reaching your destiny. There's a difference. So with that being said, pray for God to open their eyes to the truth. So Lord, like you open Paul's eyes to the truth, open those that came in agreement with my main enemy eyes to the truth, Lord. and save them.